For the past week, I have been getting more excited for Battlefield 6. It has been a long time since I really seriously got into a Battlefield game, and I watched the event just like everybody else did with astonishment and actually some excitement. But then I noticed something that caught my eye, and it was something that I kind of wanted to talk about, and it is...
It's got this, right? You guys, you're not gonna sub me?
It's respawn right here. Is that how this works? Or can I spawn on my beacon? I can. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I'm prone.
What I'm calling the Call of Duty streamer fatigue. These are guys and gals who have been playing Call of Duty Warzone for the past 5 years, almost nothing else, just to drive up some type of content or entertainment, such as Tim the Tap Man and others. Now, while Tim may be funny for other reasons other than his skill, I know he was good at, or is good at, Overwatch, his character has more turned into a laughable comedic role because of his outrageous reactions. But other Call of Duty streamers were invited to this Battlefield 6 event, and something kind of poked out at me. And I wasn't the only one to notice either. There has been a couple of people pointing out that they invited Call of Duty streamers who were playing Battlefield as if it was Call of Duty Warzone. And that is not the case. Battlefield is somewhere in between a Call of Duty and, for me, a squad or Hell Let Loose. You need to play strategic as a team to capture points on the map, but at the same time, you can run and gun if you want to. Just you may run into the entire rest of the team and you may get got. So slower movements, more tactical, strategic movements is rewarded a little bit more inside of Battlefield than in Call of Duty Warzone, where it is outlandish, run, gun, snipe fast, blah, blah, blah. And that's the way that the games have always been played, in my opinion. It has always been Call of Duty is for sniping, quick fire stuff like that, quick scoping, big plays like that. Battlefield is the slow, methodic, capture the point, teamwork, sort of. Again, not as hardcore teamwork as Squad or Hell Let Loose, which, by the way, Hell Let Loose is one of my favorite games in the past. God, I don't know how many years it's been out, but I have enjoyed this game greatly. So much so, I have put around 600 hours into Hell Let Loose, and I don't even play the game the last couple years. But we're getting a little hooked on it right now again. And just to show off my pedigree with Battlefield, I am a veteran. Way back in the day, Battlefield 2, which I don't have a log for, I played. The biggest play sessions that I ever had to have been Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. Battlefield 1 I did play on Xbox back in the day, and I have played a total of at least 4 days and 23 hours on the Xbox. And that's not including, how much time do I have on the EA app? That's not including 52 hours on the PC. I love Battlefield 1 so much. So I have a total of 171 hours in Battlefield 1, but my biggest play session with Battlefield has to be with Battlefield 5. This used to be my Saturday morning coffee and cereal game that I would just hang out and play, and I have a total of 232 hours in Battlefield 5. Now, when Battlefield 2042 came out, I played 2 hours of it and turned it off and never played it again. I went back to Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 1. Also lots of Medal of Honor multiplayer, and if you know, you know. I've always been a fan of this genre of big team battles. I've always dreamed of playing these big maps, especially while growing up on PS2, Medal of Honor Frontline, so on and so forth, as the original Call of Duty, and being a part of these larger battles, which again is why Hell Let Loose is my favorite game, maybe my favorite game, we'll see. But these Call of Duty streamers coming over to an environment that is completely different, it's twofold for me. I completely understand why EA invited these cats over to play. They're the biggest Call of Duty streamers. They're trying to imprint or put the gauntlet down to Activision, to the Call of Duty studios, and be like, this is us, we are here, and we have a united front with Battlefield Studios, which is like 4 or 5 studios, all built up to build this new Battlefield game. So by taking a lot of the Call of Duty content creators, bringing them over to Battlefield, and then they're piecing out their streams and making separate content about it, it's a way to advertise your game. And maybe that is the way that you should be considering most of the viewership on these streamers is younger men. But I am just getting tired of this content creator, I don't know, like fakeness. You know, Vince Sempella actually came by and talked to Tim for a second, and it was just a glowing review. I mean, I guess I'd be the same way in front of them. I don't know. I'm probably never going to be invited to one of these events to play early, to give my critiques, my real thoughts, especially on camera in front of a bunch of people. You don't want to put them down, I guess, if they flew you out, fed you a burger, and said, hey, play this game for 8 hours. But at the same time, I feel like the coverage for these guys is going to be like best loadout coverage or best tactic or best, you know, squad setup, that kind of content. And I think that's the wrong thing to do, but I get why. It's just gonna feed the monster of attention on this game. Also, one thing I forgot to mention that makes me very annoyed is the shoutcasters while the games are actually going on. I, for some reason, cannot take it. I don't know anyone who enjoys it. I get it's supposed to cause excitement, but I could not care less, and I really just wanted them to be quiet and let the game talk for itself. But yeah, that's another thing that annoyed me. Maybe it's me. Let me know down below if you enjoy shoutcasters. That's not to say that all of them are just glazing the game, all these content creators. I have seen a couple who are a bit critical. Two that I saw that pointed out was Inside Games, which is Bruce Green and Lawrence Sontag from Funhouse back in the day. And Bruce has been a part of Battlefield Labs, so he's talked in depth on their channel. Be sure to check that out if you're interested. He talks about the good, he talks about the bad, he talks about all the glitches, and it's more of a journalistic approach versus just content approach. And that's what I appreciate. And again, maybe it's because I'm old, maybe that's because that's the kind of content that I'm interested in. Is it good? Is it bad? Thoughts on the actual game versus, yeah, bro, I sniped this guy really well, man. The other one is Devil Dog Gamer. He's also he plays tactical shooters, a bunch of other shooters, and he was giving it some praise, but at the same time, some critical analysis as well. I think he was at the event as well. So this is twofold, my just excitement for a new Battlefield. It's gonna be hopefully awesome. Hopefully we get to play it early this week. And then secondfold, like, are you over this content creator BS fakeness? And I was never a big fan of Ninja and that whole crew with Courage and all of them. I've just never been a big fan, but they seem like they have these really big viewership people. I don't know. It's crazy to even think about. I don't know. It just seems kind of fake, you know? Maybe I'm jaded. I don't know. But I am excited, and it had to do more with what I saw in the game versus who was talking over the gameplay of the game. But you saw a bunch of people like running around with knives, slide canceling. Like, I know they may have been testing the game and seeing what you're able to do, but trying to bring in those tactics into my Battlefield is going to be like peanut butter and anchovies, baby. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want quick sniping. I don't want stuff like that. I want some like solid military tactical stuff. And it's probably going to be, again, in the middle of the two. It's going to be if someone who gets into Battlefield, they really, really dig it, but they want a little bit more of a tactical, serious game, they then can get into a squad or a Hell Let Loose or something like that. And this might be a good, you know, introduction into a more tactical, serious military shooter. Oh yeah, another shout out, Ready or Not. That's more SWAT 4 type game, but another serious first-person shooter that is getting a lot of buzz right now, and it deserves it. I've been playing that game a lot. So what are your thoughts? Are you tired of content creators or the COD bros getting into Battlefield or other things? Let me know. Let's have a discussion. And are you excited for Battlefield 6? Is this your jam? Have you been waiting for a good Battlefield game for a long time? Because Battlefield 2042, I'm sorry. And if you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to smash the like button. Thank you so much, and have a good day.